Good evening. Glad y'all can make it to this meeting. Russ, take a seat. Take a seat. You're a little late, but welcome. So, we're 0-4. Anybody got any suggestions? No? Well, I do. Start next game, Rush. You coming off the bench. I'm sorry.
What?
Nope, I don't want to hear it. You coming
Bro,
off
what
the
are you
bench.
talking about, man?
Rondo, you're starting. I want to see some good things out of y'all today. Russ, this is going to be your new role. If it works out, we might put you back in the starting lineup. If it don't work out, it ain't you. It's a team effort, but we got to make some changes, and that's what I'm here to do. Ain't nobody starting spot safe, honestly. Ain't no one starting spot safe. Nobody. We just started with Russ because he the team captain. Y'all said it. He the team captain. Jaren, you ain't the team captain. Jaren, you're not the team captain, Jaren. I'm sorry. I don't know who told you was the team captain. You're too young. You ain't producing enough. We giving you the ball. It ain't going in the hoop enough. We need to see something different out of you. All right, let's bring it on in. Come on, y'all.
Let's get it.
The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at Chicago, they want to turn it around after that loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Pacers start off with the ball. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Bazemore on the wing. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big man up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor will likely be the victor.
Pass to Rondo. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Off target from outside. Now the Pacers with it. Powell for three. Good on the three-point shot.
That's what you get from a vet like Bazemore, making the next pass.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 5-point game. Here's Bogdanovich. foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. That one is on Towns. Chicago shooting their first free throws of the night. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
Guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
For the finish. Finished off the break.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Anderson. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Back to Rondo. Pass to Jackson. Outside Williams. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Anderson.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
And watching Kyle Anderson, Greg Popovich once stated, he's not what you'd call a typical NBA athlete.
AGA, hint the nickname slow-mo because he plays at a deliberate pace. He has tremendous skills, a high basketball IQ. He has improved defensively. He's a jack of all trades.
Here's Bogdanovich. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Here's Towns. Drops in the layup for 2.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Now here's Bazemore. He's got 5. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one goes long. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
The desire to finish, Shea has that in his DNA.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. A couple years ago, after making all-rookie second team, we knew Gilgeous-Alexander was good. But, Greg, last season he went from good to great.
I mean, how about almost doubling his scoring average? Became a tremendous rebounder out of the backcourt. He gives you assists and picks up steals as well. Once he gains more strength, this guy could be a perennial all-star.
First trip to the line for him here. And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Pacers leading by 6. Pass to Jones. .158 left in the first quarter. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. And the foul called on P.J. Washington. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Eubanks, guarded by Bradley. Westbrook with it. Outside Williams. Back to Westbrook. Shot clock at 6.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
1:37 left here in the opening quarter. Walker with some nice D. Washington inside. And it's blocked. Pushing it up. Here's Baisley. Out to the right wing. Pass to Westbrook. Clock at 6. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. Outside Bradley. Back to Walker. Launches a 3. Buries it from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside Williams. Back to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And there's the ferociousness. Got to enjoy Westbrook taking flight and slamming it down there with authority.
That's tipped. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And so it's Indiana with it. They lead by 7. Pass to Washington. The lob to Bradley.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. And Westbrook gets it to go.
And the explosiveness, incredible. I mean, Westbrook just taking off like a rocket towards the rim on these drives.
Back to Walker. And so it's the Indiana Pacers, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David. And stolen by Bazemore. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. And the dunk by Towns.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
Indiana leading by 12. Down low. Indiana moving it around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Westbrook. They need this. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware. And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
And, of course, Jaren Jackson Sr. played in the NBA for over a decade.
And, yes, Jaren Jackson Jr., he talks about watching his dad, learning what it takes to be a professional in this league. That prepared Jackson Jr. to make an impact early on.
Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Back to Westbrook. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Westbrook's got 10 points.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
But they recover it. It's Powell on the wing. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. And Anderson has it in the corner. Nailed from three-point land. Anderson's got his third basket of the night right there.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backcourt.
Outside Westbrook. Shot from 12. They get a hand on it. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. The Pacers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And the dunk by Towns.
And how about the athleticism from Towns there, skying up with ease to power through on that alley-oop.
Banked in off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Jackson looking around. There's the lob to Jackson.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Jackson up top. He has 7. Pacers with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
He gets it off quickly. Bazemore much improved on the catch and shoot.
Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Jackson with it. Now guarded by Towns. The drive by Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
In that situation, not much you can do defensively. DeMarcus has his mind made up. Bad intentions.
To the inside. Towns, no luck.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, he was undrafted out of Old Dominion. Ken Bazemore has come a long way. Didn't get much run his first few years in the league, but now he's an impact player.
And so Bazemore nails both of them. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Boy, Rondo's a handful in pick and roll sets. Always finds the right angle.
And so it's Indiana with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Greg, maybe not the tallest big in the league, but Washington's reach is the great equalizer.
It stands only 6'7", but that 7'2" wingspan, it allows him to play big, snatch rebounds in traffic, and make contested shots in the paint. I think the young fella's got a bright future.
Pass to Bazemore. Kicks it out to Jones. And here's Walker outside. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Walker's got 6.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Bazemore, no one around him. Kicks it out to Jones. Inside, Washington. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Washington's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Left side, Walker. Over in the corner, Washington. Bridges with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Pass to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
In the corner, Bazemore with it. A three-pointer off the mark.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Back to Cousins. He can't get that one. Pacers leading by 20. To the middle. Indiana moving the ball around. Washington, that's good. Washington's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Jackson. Stolen by Washington. The finish. And then Washington with the dunk.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And I think the contact helps Westbrook. I mean, so competitive. This guy invites that bump.
Jones, no one around him. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you. The kick out to Walker. Back to Jones. From past the arc. Pass to Washington. The kick out to Walker. Fires the three. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Another three for Chicago. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. We take for granted now, so looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV Center. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the layup is good. Jones has got 6 here in this quarter. And here are the Bulls now. To the paint. Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Bradley gets it to go.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Floats it up for Cousins.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
7 seconds left to play in the third. And here's Walker. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's and 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And the Pacers with possession here. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Here's Towns. That one, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. Got a piece of it. Here's Cousins. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. And the shot goes down.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Jackson comes over with the double. Inside. And the dunk by Towns.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Here's Westbrook. Hey, Smitty, Steve Kerr talked about how Michael Jordan scared his teammates into becoming better players. Would that kind of approach, you think, work today with players entering the league?
You know, I think you have to be careful, yes. But I think on a general, if you're looking at just a blank sheet of paper on how to get guys motivated, I think it takes his leaders, which it starts with ownership, management, coach, and best players. If they work hard and they see the blueprint that way, they usually follow.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
And you have to love how hard Westbrook goes. It's what allows him to take over games like this.
Pass to Towns. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Rondo. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Baisley. Now, here's Bridges.
Excels at driving to the basket. Bridges making the D get physical with him when he penetrates.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And last season we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce a target scorer, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
And it's blocked. Outside Rondo. Pass to Bridges. Rondo looking over the floor. 5 on the clock. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Bridges shot. Good.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridge is also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
Here's Towns. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And the way Towns makes scoring look effortless, it's what makes him one of the game's best players.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Bulls trail by 17. Here's Baisley. Oh!
Yes! Yes!
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And here are the Pacers now. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
To the inside. Pass to Bazemore. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
To the middle. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter. And the dunk by Towns.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Indiana.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Westbrook. Down low. The shot by Baisley, no good. Pass to Anderson. Inside. Towns. Lays it up and banks it in.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. A nice shot by Anderson.
Trying to become a better scorer on all 3 levels. This time, Anderson attacking the interior.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage. Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. For 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
becoming more comfortable with that shot. The ceiling is very high for Gilgeous-Alexander if he can stretch the floor.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer.
Why we be losing these games? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Russ? Hell. Jaren? What? Rondo? I had you starting. What's up?